What's up? This is the first live for the Perry Unlikely YouTube channel. So kicking this off, so this will be somewhat of a learning experience, we'll say. But let's get into it. A lot of things are happening right now in crypto. Really what I want this live to be about is getting people engaged. Really, where I want this to be a little bit different is I want to get people engaged and find out some different things. Obviously, for beginners, if you're not in crypto, what's holding you back. What is it that it's going to take to get you into it? If you've been into it, obviously we'll give the updates, and really that's for everyone. But beyond the updates, really my goal is to get more people interested in crypto and really teach them some of the things in the beginning that I did not know. A lot of things in the beginning cost me a good deal of money just from stupid mistakes, honestly. So if I can do anything to help someone not make the same mistakes I made, even if it's one person at a time, then that is what I will do. So I'm going to hop into a couple of updates and a couple of things that are going on. Let's take a look at what we got going on right now. Let's see. All right, so right now in the market, just looking at some of the prices right now. We've got, of course, BTC at 52,500. And look, I expect this week, I expect this to reach 5,500 this week. I'm hoping so. But in looking at the charts, it really does look like it could take off at any time. And I mean, take off kind of parabolic. I think it was May, at least April, we were up around the $65,000 range, and things plain out got pretty nasty very fast. Now, at that time, I did not sell. I just played it cool because I just didn't feel the market cycle was over. If you go back and look at some of my previous videos on the Perry Unlikely YouTube channel, you'll see that I said that I wasn't going to sell. And now we've made our way back up. When we made our way down to 29,000, and on some charts I was seeing 28,000, and we've come back up. So really it's crunch time in the cycle. We got Ethereum sitting at just under 3,900. I expect Bitcoin, as it goes up, Ethereum to kind of follow suits, and the rest will as well. It's a big week for Cardano, which I will touch on. I'll touch on in a little bit, but I do want to take a second aside from that just to talk about just in general for new people getting into the market. I think it's really important. If you're new to crypto, I think it's real important that you understand crypto works on a market cycle. So that's what most people, when they get into the market, do not understand. Many people just hop in and kind of treat it like day trading. The problem with, treating it like day trading is you obviously have no clue what's going on. That is the quickest way to get thrashed in this market. So what I would offer as, and I'm not going to say advice, I can't give financial advice, but just what I would offer as just being someone who's been through it. When you enter the market, the number one thing that I believe you should do is learn about the cycle. The very first thing you do when you get into the market, take time, learn about the cycle. Right now, we're at the end. We're in the bull market cycle right now. We'll go through a bear market, but those who got in the bear market, they're sitting pretty right about now. If you got in, 2 years ago, anything really before that, you're looking good. So when you get into crypto, if you're new, learn about the cycle. Don't just jump in and start trading. You're going to get thrashed. It's happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to a lot of other people as well. So that's something that you really got to learn. I say it all the time. In this market, you can still make money, I believe, going up, through the rest of this cycle. But if you get in for the next cycle, dollar cost average, and you're in the bear market, the amount of money that you will see, it's unbelievable. There's really no way to put words on it until you see it happen. You're talking about waking up and just seeing 10x, 20x, and I just got a question about when I think the cycle ends. So, my prediction at first on the cycle ending, I really had in between November. I've kind of been in between November, December, but this last little correction we had, it was kind of weird, and I guess it's just because we've seen it before, but it's been so long. Um, my biggest concern about the cycle ending is, if it wasn't for you know lawmakers not knowing anything about crypto, I would say that we play out until December, the end of December, and actually end up sometime into early 2022, January, February, even as late as March. But I just feel like there's a lot of heat right now, with this cycle, with lawmakers, what they're going to do, and that's what concerns me. So I do think we see this cycle probably in maybe around November. I would love for it to go into January. I'm just concerned, and the way I'm approaching it, I've been in it so long in this cycle. Um, One thing that this correction did is make me temper my expectations. So I'm okay starting to take, major profits sometime around, maybe some around the end of this month, some into October, and then some into November. And I would like to be out by December. I don't know that I will be. I'll be watching it. I'll keep a little bit in to keep going, but I do think the market will probably end November, December. I think it's going to come to a complete end. But no one ever knows perfectly when the cycle will end. But that's just my take, and I'm always paying attention to. That's why you have to pay attention to mainstream, because they have a way of messing things up. You have to pay attention to the stock market. So I watch all those things. So that could always change. But I think the way that Bitcoin is going up right now, even if the cycle weren't to go till next year, I'm confident right now that I think we're going to see $100,000 Bitcoin. And if we see that, I mean, Ethereum probably 8 to 12,000. I mean, just the numbers we're going to see, even if, regardless of when the cycle ends, I think we're going to see 100,000. So when we see 100,000, that's when, or we start to get there, maybe even before, that's when you really got to start paying attention. Because at that level, any massive correction, in my opinion, it's over. So that's the way that that's the way that I'm playing it. So it's going to be tough, though. So I see you said you got in at a pretty good time. That's the same way I am. So honestly, even when the market corrected, and it was bloody. I was 50%. I think I was about 50% down. I was still up. I mean, I've been in so long right now in this market cycle. I was still up on a lot of the stuff, the coins that I had, 5 to 10x. So I never was down. It's just, but still, when you see that much money disappear off the table, it still hurts. So that's why I'm still confident. But at the end of the day, I could have taken a trader's approach. I could have traded out some of that when it was at the top around 60 and then bought in lower. But for my personal reasons, just with taxes and wanting to get to that, for the U.S., wanting to get to that mark with capital gains taxes of a year, I just said, you know what, I'm going to, because I had shuffled some around. I'd been in them, but I'd shuffled some around. So I haven't touched them, and I was waiting to try to get those capital gains taxes and stuff. So absolutely. But yeah, I definitely think the market sometime by the end of this year, but I'm confident personally that we're going to see Bitcoin at least hit $100,000, and then the massive amount of gains that are going to be offered up in the meantime between there with the alts, because that's where the money's at. I mean, we see these Bitcoin maximalists. They say Bitcoin's the only true coin. It's garbage. It's just not the truth. Now, I love Bitcoin, but to say that it's the only coin, it's just not the truth. The money is in the alts. I mean, the lower the market cap, obviously the better opportunity if you can spot the right coins, and and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff is going on right now, though. I do expect one thing I'm definitely paying attention to, and I've been into for a long time, was Cardano. Um, what I think is crazy about crypto, man, people are so territorial, and I don't understand why. I hold, um, I hold a lot of them. I hold Dot, I hold ETH, I hold Cardano. I mean, I hold a lot of these coins, so I don't know why people are so territorial. Um, and Yeah, it's just crazy. There's no reason for it. You can be a part of all these communities or whatever. Um, but definitely, one thing I do want to do, I'm going to get set up to start, dropping a link, bringing people up who want to talk and discuss stuff. Really, that is what this is about. So, really, whenever people let me know they want to start to get involved in the channel, that's what I would like. Because although I've been in crypto for quite a while now, I learn more about different tokens, coins, whatever, from other people. Than I learn more from them than probably they learn from me, just in terms of, hey, check out this new coin, for sure. So, yes, absolutely, maxis are the worst. I can't. It absolutely it makes no sense. The thing about, especially if you're in it, a lot of people say they're in Bitcoin and they're in cryptocurrency for the pureness, this and that. But at the end of the day, a lot of it's about money. If it wasn't about money, people wouldn't care about corrections. So when you got a maxi that believes Bitcoin is the only coin, my personal take is, look, I like Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin led the way. I still think it's an absolutely good investment. I do think we'll see $1 million Bitcoin one day. But anyone who believes Bitcoin is better than Ethereum, just from a functionality standpoint, I just don't understand how. I don't understand how people see that. I have no clue how people see that. Doesn't mean it's better. I'm not gonna say it's better. People can like what they like, but I mean, Ethereum's a whole ecosystem. It's just crazy. I mean, when you look at the metrics of how much in transactions are being done a day, and of course, Ethereum has their problems to work out. They're working on Ethereum 2.0. But to say that Bitcoin is the only coin and the rest are garbage is bull. It makes no sense at all. I almost can't stand maxis. I can't freaking stand it. So, but let me take a look real quick at the market again real fast. Let's see. All right, so we've got, so Cardano was around $3. It's kind of slidden back. I'm not concerned about that. We do have the launch of smart contracts on the 12th. I expect a run up. I was really thinking, and it still could happen, with some of the momentum we were seeing, I thought that Cardano could go as high as $6. I really thought Cardano could go as high as $6 before the 12th. I'm not sure that it'll get there. I still believe we'll see $4 at least by the 12th. And then I do expect it to kind of retrace. And then after it retraces, I think we're looking at, I think we're still looking at really good numbers. $6 to $8. I mean, geez, it could go to 10. I'm not sure. Bitcoin gets up there around 100,000, or after it starts to retrace and you get all this money that surges into the alts, then I think we could see we could definitely see as high as $10 Cardano. I don't know that we will, but one of them I really like is Solana. To me, Solana is one of those in the bear market. I'm going to go insanely hard on Solana. It's just a good block. It's a solid blockchain that's going to be around. So it's not overpriced right now. I still think we'll see this double easily, and maybe more. It could still quadruple in this cycle, but it just had such a big run up. I mean, look at these numbers. That's just crazy. It's just crazy. I mean, in the last 7 days, it's up 50%. In the last 24 hours, it's up 20%, over 20%. So, that's a pretty big jump. So when you look at it, 48 billion for the market cap. It's pretty big, but still, at the end of the day, when you compare it to ETH, I mean, this is just crazy. $457 billion. That is just nuts. I mean, I remember when these things were nothing. I mean, I was buying ETH. It was like $200. No, matter of fact, it was like $90, $89. I remember it when I was really starting to buy it, but I wasn't buying it heavily, but I was buying some. I bought several at that price, and yeah, it's just crazy how this market has continued to go up. Something else I want to mention, if you're into NFTs, you got to pay attention to Cardano NFTs that are coming. So this is Cardano City. It's still murky about this. Look, I like what I'm seeing. I mean, this looks pretty cool. I think it's almost over at this point. I was looking, different people obviously everybody could bid on them. And, but you got to watch out with some of these NFTs. Some of these are a money grab. So you have to be real careful about it. But looking at Cardano City, which is cardanocity.io. Yeah, I mean, it's great artwork. NFTs are still going to be here for a while. They're not going anywhere. But you have to watch out. There's going to probably be a bubble. And it'll probably drop off some. I mean, even just the prices on these CryptoPunks right now is just ridiculous. It's unbelievable. So that's something to definitely to pay attention to is right now. And I just wanted to show Cardano City because that's one of them. But with these smart contracts coming, gotta pay attention to NFTs. It's such an opportunity, in my opinion, to see some gains. But you gotta learn how to pick out. You gotta learn how to pick out the right ones. That's what it really comes down to. You gotta learn how to pick out the right ones. So the thing about NFTs to me that people have to be careful about. That's why I like VV. VV Collectible. The thing about VV is their artwork is, I mean, when we're talking about Marvel, we're talking about Spider-Man, Batman, those types of things. I feel like that's on the safe side, and I'm seeing the demand for these things. So it's like, to me, it's like buying a Michael Jordan card in like '87. I mean, he's a great player, obviously. There's some comfort there, and when you go out into the wild west of the web looking for NFTs, I mean, do you think anybody knew that CryptoPunks was going to blow up like that? There's absolutely no way that someone knows. The way I look at it is like this. If I go into, just imagine you were around whenever the Mona Lisa was originally created. And by the way, I've actually traveled. I've seen the Mona Lisa in person. But if you were there and you saw the Mona Lisa from the jump, do you think anybody said, oh, this is going to be amazing? No, nobody said that. You're going to have some skill of art to really be able to call out that. But the way that you can, that's why I would recommend something like Cardano and those NFTs, is because if you get in at that point early, well, for anybody to say, hey, I got some of the first NFTs ever on Cardano, it's going to probably be worth a fortune one day. It's just like, that's like CryptoPunks, CryptoKitties. When you get a chance to get in at the ground floor, it can look like a twig, but it is what it is. Look at Beeple, some of his first artwork. He's made a killing. It's about being first to the cut. So I don't think right at this point, if you can get in on some Cardano NFTs in this cycle, I mean, whatever it is, make sure it's not a scam. But if you can get in on Cardano NFTs in this cycle, I don't think you have anything to worry about. I think you're going to have to wait, and it could be the next cycle. It could be the next one, but you're going to probably make a killing. But outside of that, at some point, we're going to reach a point where NFTs they're just normal. At some point, it'll be like, artists selling an album. It's not, the value is going to change. But as for right now, the original ones, like I mentioned, the CryptoKitties, CryptoPunks, those types of things. I mean, I think Beeple will continue to make money. He's just a good artist. So you can look at Beeple and tell also. When you look at the artwork, I mean, some of it looks kind of freaky, but when you look at the artwork, it's someone who clearly has skill. It's not someone who, painted Mario and Luigi and is trying to sell it for $20 million. So that's something to pay attention to. So that's what I will say about NFTs. And then just in DeFi in general, my biggest concern about DeFi is, see, I'm not concerned about regulation coming. I think it has to, but the attitude I'm taking is, and something I want to know from really you all is, what do you like? What's your approach? What is your approach to the market? If you're in this market, what is your approach? And I'll tell you how I treat it. So I believe you should dollar cost average. And the truth is, if you're in Bitcoin, I believe if you dollar cost average into Bitcoin, regardless of what happens, if you collect one Bitcoin, you're going to have $1 million one day. I'm fully comfortable that if I dollar cost average, I don't care if it goes back down to 8,000. I could care less. Matter of fact, I wasn't shaking out when it was at 3,800. I was buying. So I'm not worried about Bitcoin at all, but I play the market differently. I think about short term and long term. So I'm curious, how other people do that. So for me, that's my biggest thing right now. I am, a lot of people try to act like in crypto, they would never cash out to dirty fiat. I think that's ridiculous. Where I live, when you got to buy milk, they don't accept Bitcoin. I got to use fiat. So because of that, it is what it is. So for me, I'm trying to maximize my gains in the short term, but at the same time, maximize the long term. So for me, it's all about getting as much gains as you can now, and then at the end of the cycle, I'll take that. I'll do some real world stuff, if you want to call it that, and then I will buy massively back into crypto. That's what my plan is. Now, a lot of people don't plan to sell at all. I know a lot of people, and you'll see it a lot on YouTube. A lot of people don't plan on selling at all. That's cool. Even if I sell, or when I do, I still am going to put in so much. I'm just going to have more of it the next cycle. So I'm not going to exit the market. I'm not going to exit the market completely. I don't plan on doing that. I do not plan on doing that. So, but like I said, everybody's got their own. Everybody's got their own way of doing it, and it is what it is. So absolutely. Something else I wanted to touch on was an article. Let's see, right here, and it's just talking about how $52,000 Bitcoin price triggers rally in large caps like Litecoin, Stellar, and Bitcoin Cash. Now, of course, that's what always happens. Generally, when Bitcoin gets to running, it causes the others to, run as well. So, it's just saying, BTC has been the uncontested cryptocurrency market leader since its creator launched the digital asset in 2009, and to date, it continues to be the dominant force in the industry. Well, that's not anything we don't know. Some people may be asleep and act like that's not the truth, but of course it's the truth. So basically, this article is just saying, if you kind of pay attention, this is a learning tool. Many people, if you've been in the market, you know this by now, but these things run in cycles. So the alts have been running like crazy. Now, when Bitcoin gets to going, it's going to probably hurt the alts a little bit. Not a big deal. But then you get your Litecoin and you get your really large, cap that start to run, like your Litecoin, your Bitcoin Cash, XLM, really the, I would call them blue chips that have been around a long time. Even some of the larger DeFi may run. You could even see Chainlink run maybe, but That's what generally happens. And then once they slow down, you have that money that's made from that that goes back into the alts, and and generally that's the way it goes. But yeah, so I just wanted to touch on that real quick, and something else that I just want to point out is, let's see, perfect plan. I'd like to be debt free after the run. See, that's where I'm at. I'm all about that. See, that's where I'm at. It's just all about being debt free, because while people are like, just keep it in crypto. Look, if I'm completely debt free, then and I don't have a lot of debt at all anyway. But if you're debt free, then you can take whatever income you make and you can kind of go heavier into crypto when the market dies down. So this whole idea of just watching it rise up to the top and watching it go back down is nonsense. I mean, watch it rise up, take profits, and then you'll have enough to have more coins of every one you had in the first place, and you'll have paid off debt and done different stuff like that. So definitely that, definitely a good plan for sure. I'm also seeing, let's see, glad to see you're doing live now. Um, yeah, do I think I'll do it on the regular? Yeah, I do want to do these on the regular. Really, what my plan is to get other people involved. So my plan will be, whenever someone wants to step up and join, have a conversation, I'll drop a link in the chat and we can, because that's what I believe. I believe it's all about including people. I mean, I can sit here and ramble forever, but ultimately, if I can include other people, to give their thoughts, and that's also how I can find out about coins that maybe I didn't catch. It's impossible to pay attention to every single coin, and I'm seeing new ones. I'm seeing new coins launch every day, almost to the point where, I got so busy that I was really letting little coins that are just off the charts just pass right by me. So I've been trying to zoom in on those. Something else I got to mention, just because I want to make sure that even if somebody goes and catches the replay, is Deeper Network. For anybody that does know what Deeper Network is, which is a decentralized, it's a crypto tied to a decentralized VPN. So basically, if you use a VPN right now, people use it for different reasons, whether it's to reach, some people use it to reach, like if for some reason, if you need to use a crypto exchange outside the United States, use a VPN, boom, you can access it, and you can use Binance or whatever, vice versa. Some people in other countries don't have access to like American Netflix, so they can use a VPN, in Los Angeles, California as a location, and boom, they can watch Netflix. Well, this is like a little device you get, and instead of paying like that monthly fee, you've got access to the VPN. So, and then also you can mine these DPR tokens. So they had the launch, and what has happened, I guess they've made some decisions recently, and September 9th is the date where they're making a switch, and it looks like, I haven't fully got to read up on it yet, but they're letting those who were vested early on, the KOLs and the VCs, I guess the venture capital firms, they're going to get to sell their tokens sooner than they were going to be able to. So people are pissed, which I completely get it. So at this point, about half of the coins have been distributed over, they had changed it before into where it was like over a year. Half of them have been distributed. So you have to decide by September 9th, do you want your remaining money back for what you paid per coin, or do you want to do revesting, which invest that remaining that you haven't gotten a claim yet? And if you do that, they'll give you an extra 5% at some point. It's just, I just want to point that out, because that is a decision that that people need to make. So I wanted to point that out. But people were really, really upset about that, and look, I get it. But at the end of the day, with crypto, anytime you invest in one, you can lose your money. You can lose your money wholeheartedly. Something else I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna post a video on it. I got a synthetics network video coming up. I've also got a video coming up. It'd just be fun about the biggest hater in crypto. I mean, crypto has some major haters. Still the guy who I think it was the governor. No, it wasn't the governor. Sorry, I think it was the senator of Alabama who is pretty much the one who shot down the crypto bill. I mean, that guy, man, is so out of touch with reality. They just need to get him out of there. It's just there's so many haters in crypto. But I want to talk about that. You know, you got Janet Yellen, Elizabeth Warren, Elon Musk. And Elon Musk isn't a hater exactly. I don't want to call him a hater. He's on a power trip. I mean, knowing Elon Musk, he's all about probably like futuristic stuff, but he's just so stuck on Dogecoin, and I don't understand that. And I'm not a Dogecoin hater. I just don't. I do not understand his fascination with Dogecoin. But you got to watch out in this industry. If you go to talking about certain coins, man, people get their feelings hurt so quick. I've never seen people be more territorial about about something than in the crypto world. But at the same time, I'm not mad at that. That is what makes crypto. That's what makes crypto special. So absolutely. But does anybody have any questions or anything else, or just even an opinion on what we should do on the channel? I mean, I want to start doing these lives. Like I said, I've said it a couple times. I want to get people involved, but I also want to know, what information really do you want to know? What type of information are you looking for? Whether it be daily, every other day. I can do short streams more times a week, or I can do a longer one, maybe 3 times a week, and provide very specific information. At some point, I'll start even providing information on like pre-sales, things like that. A lot of those are going on. I just like to be careful. As far as pre-sales, I like to be careful. When it gets later on in the market cycle, I really try to watch out on pre-sales, because you get this thing where, you get into a pre-sale and then you put your money in. Now, this is money you could have taken and put in something else that's already out there, but you put that money in a pre-sale, then it doesn't launch, or the market starts to crash. I just don't want people to get burnt. So that's why I'm very careful about pre-sales and stuff like that. So definitely. It says, let's see. I think if I knew the lives were coming, I could better prepare some questions. Yeah, so actually, what I will do, I'll put a premiere out there. So when I drop a live, I'll come up with an actual schedule. Give me a few days. I'll come up with an actual schedule, and we can keep it pretty much right on target. And what I'll do also is just put like the premiere out there, and I can put it out. I mean, honestly, I can even put it out a day in advance. Kind of what the live is about. And if we want to go that direction, it can be about different stuff. Because I think that's what's going to be fun, is when we just talk about different topics and get different people involved. So definitely. Let's see, more info on Deeper for sure. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. And I think Deeper is going to be overall, I still think it's going to be a great project. The thing about Deeper that still impresses me, and I did get in early, is really the main consumer of Deeper Network. So Deeper Network actually has they had this little, I actually have one. I don't know where it's at. They have a little device. It's the actual device that you order. Now, they're hard to get on. They sold them on Indiegogo, but they also sold them in Best Buy. So that's what drew me to it, is like, hold up, this crypto's actually got a functioning product that you can get in Best Buy. So you get that device, you hook it up, you got a VPN, you don't pay a monthly charge. You can mine them also, so you can share your network with other people in a safe fashion, and they can also mine, that you can mine these DPR tokens. So that's really what got me into it on the front end. But the biggest thing is Asia is where they're really using this thing the most. And when you talk about the sheer population of Asia, I mean, and this is basically the premier VPN that they use, it's pretty much going to blow up. I think right now I was looking earlier, and I could actually look on the market watch, but if I'm correct, let's just take a look at it. If I'm correct, it was somewhere around 11 cent earlier today. No joke. Before the correction, I thought it might even get as in this cycle as high as like 50 cent, maybe even a dollar. But next cycle, if it were $10, I would not be surprised. So when you think about how cheap they are, it's going to be, and just the use case, especially with Asia and the sheer population, it's going to be crazy. We'll look at it real quick. Let me see if I can. Let's see. DPR. There we go. Right here. Yep. So, and I said, let's see. Yep. So, 11 cent. And it's just it was well thought out. It was really well thought out. And I think the pre-sale, if I'm correct, I want to say it was either 2 cent or, yeah, it was 2 cent. So to get these for 2 cent, I mean, you can't beat that. But yeah, I want to do an actual video on Deeper Network, so that people know what's going on, because obviously September the 9th is creeping up. So I want people to know what changes are going on. But this is a good long-term investment in my estimation. This is going to be a really good one. So I like Deeper Network. I really pay attention to a lot of these different things, and I always try to think about what the masses are going to, what the masses are going to do. So that's something to definitely pay attention to for sure. So I did just want to touch on that real quick. But yeah, this cycle is, this cycle is going good. We're in a prime time right now. I mean, we really are. It's a good time. I'm confident that good things are coming for the next at least month or two. We really need to see Bitcoin reach the $100,000 mark. We really needed to get there. I mean, at the end of the day, if whatever Bitcoin does, everything else will follow that. So if Bitcoin can't reach 200,000, then, I'm not going to say the market's over, but for the most part, we're just not going to see those gains. I mean, if Bitcoin can't get over like 75,000, then Ethereum's not going to get to 8,000 likely. It just really controls everything. And it's all about what big money deems safe, although they know nothing about crypto. Many of them, anyway. So absolutely. Let's see. CELR. Let's see. Should do at least well as Matic someday. Yeah, actually. So and yeah, I'll definitely want to do a video on that as well. Oh, definitely. Thanks for the love on the videos. And that's one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to definitely start posting, just more consistently. I just want to get on a certain schedule and really just want to find out what people want. I mean, I kind of do videos based on just what I'm looking at and stuff like that. But ultimately, I'll basically do a video on whatever people like. I don't just do it for views. Trust me, because I do videos on stuff that I know nobody's going to watch. But, if that's what people want, that's fine. So what I try to do it in cycles. I spend the same amount of time. It's going to take the same amount of time to do any video. So maybe a little more if it's a newer one I don't know about as much about. So when somebody wants a video, about some crypto that I haven't heard of, or that's not that big, I really like to do those because it's a chance to get them informed about it earlier. And I've seen patterns over the years of the ones that were bad and scams, so I can kind of steer people from that. And I try not to give my opinion too much on certain things because people get upset. I don't like to just call stuff scams because sometimes it takes some time for stuff to unfold to really find out. But and then I'll come back with what people really want. People love VeChain videos, which is crazy. And I love VeChain. I work in supply chain management, so I love VeChain. People really love VeChain. I'm still surprised that it's just so popular. It's probably been my biggest videos have been VeChain for some reason. But yeah, I definitely like VeChain. Matter of fact, let's go to that real quick. Look at let's see. See if I can pop it up real quick. Scroll up. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, and this one is this one's pretty low. I mean, obviously, look at the you look at just the first thing I always look at is market cap. I mean, 300 million is just nothing. That is crazy. I mean, I remember when I used to think 300 million was a lot in market cap, but it's just getting started now with some of the numbers that we with some of the numbers that we see. It's just crazy. And I always try to look at, I do try to look at socials, but when coins haven't been around as long, you're not going to get a lot of information out of them. I mean, you're not going to get a ton out of them, but I always try to look at stuff like this. I go down into it, and and I dig deep into it, and yeah, I mean, like a lot of coins like these, I mean, if you just let it take its time, slowly get into them, and then dollar cost average. I mean, let's face it, you can, well, I hate to say this, but there's times that if you get it, there's certain times in crypto, and this may change, but there's certain times in crypto, if you dollar cost average in at the I mean, nobody knows when the bottom is, but if you dollar cost average in at the bottom of the bull market, if it's a functioning product and they're really, that's why you always look at the roadmap. If you pay attention to a crypto and if they're hitting their goals, always pay attention to the roadmap, always, because if they're setting goals and they're hitting them, then they're doing functional things. You can look at the GitHub. When they're doing that, it should give you more comfort. Then if you're dollar cost averaging in the bear market, as they go up, then guess what? If they continue to hit those, it's going to explode. I mean, let's face it, even bad projects at times will explode. I mean, that's not, I do not recommend getting into I don't recommend getting into a bad project at all. But yeah, absolutely. I don't recommend it, but at the end of the day, this is my first live stream, so I just now figured out how to pop these up on the screen. So like I said, we would be learning on the fly, but so moving forward, I'll make sure, as I certainly now, because there's not tons of them coming in, I can pop these up and put them on the screen, and and that's what I'll do. But yeah, so if you get in early into the bear market, I mean, these things are going to explode and do very well. That's why I wish I never buy into a crypto late, like saying I missed it, because I know you all have seen videos where they're like, last time to buy ETH at whatever, last time to buy Bitcoin, and every single time, you're able to buy it again every single time. So I don't get caught up in that. I never get caught up in that. Solana is one, though. I wish I had gotten in, and I still feel comfortable getting in now as like a midterm trade, if you will. I don't know that I see a reason, and possibly I have to do more research. If I get into something now like Solana, what I'm going to decide is it going to go lower than it is when we hit the bear market? If it is, then I don't think I need to buy it. But that's kind of the way I'll make the decision. So, but Solana's going to be massive. I really think Solana's going to be massive. Just looking at ETH, and I forget what the speed of Solana is, but that's the thing about crypto that's crazy. It really is the network effect. There are cryptos right now better than Ethereum. That's just the truth. But Ethereum, the network effect it has, it doesn't really matter if they're better. They can't beat Ethereum because of the network effect. So that's that's one thing I always pay attention to. It's just when it comes to Solana, I've been a fan of Cardano. I've been buying Cardano since 6 cent. So I've been in Cardano a long time and have been hanging on to it and was not going to sell it. Now we're reaching a point where I've got to start making some decisions, but I've been in Cardano for a long time, VeChain a long time. VeChain maybe since, oh man, was it 2 cent? I can't even remember. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't 2 cent. I think it was point zero 2 cent or 0.002 cent. I would have to look back. I've had it so long. But those types of cryptos, for some reason, I just have these certain ones. I will not touch them. I don't touch them. And then I have this other pot where I will trade them or whatever. So I treat different ones different ways. But Chainlink, I've been in that. I was buying Chainlink $1.32 or something like that. Yeah, so it's like I said, I've been in these a long time. So when you've been in them a long time, you're a lot more comfortable. You're a lot more comfortable about it. But look, I just wanted to do this first stream. Definitely thanks everyone for tuning in. Really appreciate it. If you've got any ideas at all of what type of stuff you'd like me to bring to the forefront when I do the streams, what type of information. I mean, I can do daily updates, or we can kind of pre-plan out discussions of like different discussions we can have on certain parts of the market, certain sectors of coins, whether it be NFTs, whether it be DeFi or whatever. You all just let me know. I want you all to guide the channel, and I'll go from there. I think that's how it should be. I think those who take the time, I definitely appreciate those who take time to tune in and watch. So I will let them guide the channel, and I'll make sure that I got everything set up, and then I'll start to set up times when these are coming and do a premiere, so everyone has a chance, to plan accordingly and everything. And then we can even look at different times. I've got to do them in the afternoon. I mean, or eat more towards the evening, but I don't have to start as late as I did tonight. So that's just something we can look out for. But anyway, I really appreciate you tuning in, to this first live stream. We'll do some more. Any questions you got, obviously, comment, let me know. I'll do everything I can to answer it. And I've got some more videos coming out over the next few days. My first one, I've got to get a synthetics video out. I told someone that I would get one out, so I do want to get that put up. And then I've got some on, the biggest crypto hater, some other stuff. If you've got any certain video or any certain project you want to know about, it may take me a little bit of time to get to it, but I'll put it on my list and I'll start the research right away. We'll do that. And hey, thanks for tuning in to Perry Unlikely. And as I always say in my videos, I will see you next time.